Top 10 Amazing Facts About Dreams. This evening I had an uncommon rest. During that rest I had a clear dream, the greater part of which I do not recollect anymore. As I was awakening, I was pondering my fantasy and felt that it would be a good thought to compose a rundown about dreams for the site. In this way, here are the main 10 astounding realities about dreams. Number 10. Blind people dream. Individuals who become dazzled after birth can see pictures in their fantasies. Individuals who are brought into the world visually impaired don't perceive any pictures, yet have dreams similarly striking, including their different faculties of sound, smell, contact and feeling. It is difficult for a seeing individual to envision, yet the body's requirement for rest is solid to such an extent that it can deal with for all intents and purposes every physical circumstance to get it going. Number 9. You forget 90% of your dreams. Inside 5 minutes of waking, half of your fantasy were never overlooked. Inside 90% is gone. The well-known writer, Samuel Taylor Coleridge, woke one daytime having had an incredible dream, likely opium initiated. He put pen to paper and started to portray his vision in a fantasy, in what has gotten one of English's most acclaimed sonnets, Kubla Khan. Part root through 54 lines. Truth be told, he was hindered by an individual from Porlock. Coleridge came back to his sonnet yet couldn't recall the remainder of his fantasy. The sonnet was never completed. In Xanadu did Kubla Khan. A masterful joy vault order. Number 8. Everybody dreams. Each person dreams, with the exception of in instances of extraordinary mental issue, yet people have various dreams and diverse physical responses. Men will in general dream progressively about other men, while ladies will in general dream similarly about people. Moreover, the two people experience explicitly related physical responses to their fantasies, whether or not the fantasy is sexual in nature. Guys experience erections and females experience expanded vaginal bloodstream. Opening square bracket ... Curiously, Robert Louis Stevenson concocted the tale of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde while he was dreaming. Wikipedia has more on that here. Mary Shelley's Frankenstein was likewise the brainchild of a fantasy. Number 7. Dreams prevent psychosis. In an ongoing rest study, understudies who were stirred toward the start of each fantasy, yet at the same time permitted their 8 hours of rest, all accomplished trouble in focus, crabbiness, mental trips, and indications of psychosis after just 3 days. When at last permitted their REM rest, the understudies' cerebrums compensated for some recent setbacks by extraordinarily expanding the level of rest spent in the REM stage. Number 6. We only dream of what we know. Our fantasies are much of the time brimming with outsiders who play out specific parts. Did you realize that your brain isn't designing those appearances? They are genuine countenances of genuine individuals that you have seen during your life, however may not know or recollect. The shrewd executioner in your most recent dream might be the person who siphoned petroleum into your dad's vehicle when you were only a little child. We have all observed a huge number of appearances through our lives, so we have a perpetual flexibly of characters for our mind to use during our fantasies. Number 5. Not everyone dreams in color. A full 12% of located individuals dream only clearly. The staying number dream in full shading. Individuals additionally will in general have basic topics in dreams, which are circumstances identifying with school, being pursued, running gradually, set up, sexual encounters, falling, showing up after the expected time, an individual now alive being dead, teeth dropping out, flying, bombing an assessment, or an auto collision. It is obscure whether the effect of a fantasy identifying with savagery or demise is all the more genuinely charged for an individual who dreams in shading than one who dreams clearly. Number 4. Dreams are not about what they are about. If you dream about some particular subject, it is not often that the dream is about that. Dreams speak in a deeply symbolic language. The unconscious mind tries to compare your dream to something else, which is similar. It's like writing a poem and saying that a group of ants were like machines that never stop. But you would never compare something to itself. For example, that beautiful sunset was like a beautiful sunset. So whatever symbol your dream picks on it is most unlikely to be a symbol for itself. Number 3. Quitters have more vivid dreams. Individuals who have smoked cigarettes for quite a while who stop, have announced significantly more striking dreams than they would ordinarily understanding. Also, as indicated by the Journal of Abnormal Psychology, among 293 smokers abstinent for somewhere in the range of 1 and a month, 33% detailed having at any rate one long for smoking. In many dreams, subjects found themselves smoking and felt solid negative feelings, for example, frenzy and blame. Dreams about smoking were the aftereffect of tobacco withdrawal, as 97% of subjects didn't have them while smoking, and their event was essentially identified with the span of restraint. They were appraised as more distinctive than the standard dreams and were as regular as most significant tobacco withdrawal side effects. Individuals who have smoked cigarettes for quite a while who stop, have announced significantly more striking dreams than they would ordinarily understanding. Also, as indicated by the Journal of Abnormal Psychology, among 293 smokers abstinent for somewhere in the range of 1 and a month, 33% detailed having at any rate one long for smoking. In many dreams, subjects found themselves smoking and felt solid negative feelings, for example, frenzy and blame. Dreams about smoking were the aftereffect of tobacco withdrawal, as 97% of subjects didn't have them while smoking, and their event was essentially identified with the span of restraint. They were appraised as more distinctive than the standard dreams and were as regular as most significant tobacco withdrawal side effects. Number 2. External stimuli invade our dreams. This is called dream incorporation, and it is the experience that most of us have had where a sound from reality is heard in our dream and incorporated in some way. A similar, though less external, example would be when you are physically thirsty and your mind incorporates that feeling into your dream. My own experience of this includes repeatedly drinking a large glass of water in the dream which satisfies me, only to find the thirst returning shortly after. This thirst, drink, thirst, loop often recurs until I wake up and have a real drink. The famous painting Above Dream caused by the flight of a bee around a pomegranate a second before awakening, by Salvador Dali, depicts this concept. Number 1. You are paralyzed while you sleep. In all honesty, your body is essentially deadened during your rest, well on the way to keep your body from carrying on parts you had always wanted. As per the Wikipedia article on dreaming, organs start to discharge a hormone that incites rest and neurons impart signs to the spinal rope which cause the body to unwind and later become basically incapacitated. Extra facts: 1. When you are snoring, you are not dreaming. 2. Toddlers do not dream about themselves until around the age of 3. From the same age, children typically have many more nightmares than adults do until age 7 or 8. 3. If you are awakened out of REM, rapid eye movement, sleep, you are more likely to remember your dream in a more vivid way than you would if you woke from a full night's sleep.